Yesterday, there was a shooting at Brown University that tragically took several lives and hurt more. And my heart goes out to the families affected by this, the students, the lives that were lost, of course. And while this tragedy occurs, there is something we need to discuss that is a much deeper level that I don't think gets talked about nearly enough when it comes to tragedies like this. If you feel like you've been noticing these events occur more, like mass shootings or political violence, etc., then you'd be correct. And the real question we have to ask is, why is this happening? Now, people on both sides of the aisle in America, they want to simplify this down to saying it's this problem or it's this thing and it's black and white. And if we just fix this one problem, we'll solve the whole thing. The problem with this is that the same thing that is plaguing these mass shootings, political violence, is also plaguing a lot of other parts of society. And the real issue here is that the masculine spirit has collapsed. And we are seeing the results of this show up particularly with violence, mass shootings, political violence, other extreme acts of violence that we see occurring. So what do I mean when I say that the masculine spirit has collapsed? Very simply put, men in our culture have lost purpose, meaning, and having an identity. And when that happens, men do not just quietly go about their lives. They implode in very specific ways. When I say implosion, I quite literally mean that. An implosion goes first inward and then it goes outward, okay? So what happens for a lot of men is they develop depression, anxiety, addiction, and numbness. And for some men, they stay there. That's the worst they'll ever be, okay? They'll cope through those kind of means. But for another subset of men, they implode inward and then it explodes outward. Their pain doesn't just take them down, it takes other people with them. Now, these are the types of men where you see the extremism and you see the violence occur. And the reason this happens is not because these individuals are weak. It's because the structures in our culture that once gave men purpose and meaning have evaporated. And because of that, these types of men will always gravitate towards those types of things. And this has happened all throughout human history. Across all of human history, across all cultures and time and space, where this has happened to men, they have become addicted, they have become nihilistic, and they have become violent. They've become depressed, they've become anxious. Because the masculine spirit, every man has a need for meaning and purpose in their lives. This is why it's not just a mental health issue. The mental health issue is a part of this. It is the result of what I'm talking about. The access to firearms is absolutely a part of this, right? But it's not the cause. It's not the root. Yes, we need to restrict access to firearms. Yes, we need to help men improve their mental health. But we also need to treat the underlying root issue that is existing in our culture. Because guess what? Men that are living in alignment with their own purpose and identity and happy in their lives, they're not having mental health problems. They're not